Hi, it's Sally-Shakti, the Star Priestess and Visionary Writing Guide, and welcome to Tarot and Astrology for Visionary Writers for this second full moon in Capricorn in July 2024. And as I'm recording this, we are now just moments away from the exact alignment, the exact opposition between the Sun in Cancer and the Moon in the sign of Capricorn. So I'm going to invite us for the next few breaths to align and to feel into the energies of this really, really powerful frequency alignment. I'm just going to invite you to find your breath within your body. And as you allow your breath to deepen into your belly, knowing that the belly is connected with the sign of Cancer, nourishment, support, family. And then inviting you to find and feel into a connection with your bones, the support of the earth beneath you, the stars and stones of our ancestral timekeeping. Because this full moon in the sign of Capricorn, which is exactly now in its alignment, is activating these two polarities within ourselves. The soft belly, where we receive nourishment, nurturing, sense of motherhood, home, community and family, kinship, connection. And also in the sign of Cancer, where we want to be alone to process the powerful energies that we are receiving, that are activating us at this time. And in polarity with that, we have the really strong cardinal earth element of Capricorn, our bones, our structure, what literally holds us up and shapes us, gives us form and support and strength on this earth, allowing us to stand tall, to move our bodies, to direct our energy on this physical plane. Our bones connect us with the earth, the minerals, the rocks, the stones of our ancestors, their ancient stone temples, mirrors of the night sky in the stars. Breathing into this alignment, breathing into this activation that is calling to you from the earth and the cosmos of your being. Notice sensations that are arising, the thoughts and feelings, the breath in your body, your belly, your bones. How connected do you feel to the earth in this moment? Can you sense your circle of ancestors all around you? The beloved ones of past, present, and future, who are guiding you and calling you home. Taking a few deeper breaths as you acknowledge the wisdom and support of those who have gone before and those who are yet to come. With this full moon in Capricorn, we are activating all timelines of our own incarnations, past, present, and future, and the ancestors of our past, present, and future who have called us here at this time to be of service in this transition through our own healing, our medicine, our transformation, and our teaching and sharing with others as visionary writers and creatives through our own co-creations, what we bring into form from the void, birthing into this physical plane. Because what we are here to co-create is transforming the frequency of the world, of the earth, of the energetic structure that we are co-creating. And this is our time, and this is what we are here to do, and this is who we are here to be. Activating all highest timelines on our visionary creative path. Calling in the wisdom, support, nourishment, and love that will nurture us on our journey as we take responsibility for the foundations we are now setting for the new way forward, creating a bridge to the new paradigm from where we are here and now. The highest light, love, and good of all. So let it be, so be it, and so it is. Blessed be. Thank you so much for being here with me at this really potent portal. I didn't know what was going to come through in that activation, but it feels powerful. And so I do want to take a few moments to speak about the astrology of this second Capricorn full moon, this blue moon, second full moon in the same sign, and the energies and the activations and the invitations of what we are being called to now as visionary writers and creatives on this path of evolution and transformation. So the first Capricorn full moon, as you'll remember, was on the 22nd of June. It was right in alignment with the summer solstice. So we were really calling in through that powerful portal a new birth, a new creation into this world. What we are here to call forth from the creative void into the manifest plane for ourselves and for others going forward. And then we had that powerful new moon in Cancer, aligned with the Sirius Stargate and directly on or in conjunction with the ancestral healing axis of the zodiac. So this whole period of time we've really been working with ancestral healing, what we're bringing in, what we're birthing, what we are now creating. And this second Capricorn full moon really asks us to anchor into the earth frequencies, into our bodies, our intentions, and into this manifest physical plane. The new visions, the new insights that we have been seeding and calling in with that Cancer new moon. Specifically, we're being asked to create a new grid, a new structure, a new alignment. I often call them mandalas, to anchor our own new 5D frequencies as our foundation for moving forward. Capricorn is strong cardinal earth, ruled by the planet Saturn, which is currently in retrograde in Pisces. This is time to let go, release, complete, and close out the old patterns, the old frequencies, the old narratives and karmas of the patriarchal paradigm that we are not only leaving behind, but actively dissolving through our bodies as we do our own healing work and share our new frequencies with others through our visionary writing and creative practices. We have this moon in conjunction with Pluto. Pluto, the alchemist, the lord of the underworld, is inviting us down to face our shadows, to do the deep healing, the deep layers of healing. Pluto right now is at 0 degrees of Aquarius and is retrograding back into 29 degrees of Capricorn, which is the degree point where this full moon is taking place and is activating. Pluto, as we know, destroys. Pluto is the destroyer, Shiva, Shakti, the destroyer and the creator. Pluto has been working with the sign of Capricorn, undoing, dissolving, destroying those patriarchal paradigms in ourselves and reflected collectively in the world. We have been seeing that going on for many years. And over these next few months, Pluto will be returning to 29 degrees of Capricorn in September until November to complete that process. So as we are being called to vision in and anchor in our new 5D frequencies, our new paradigm values for how we are here to be in service, we are creating a new foundation. That's Capricorn. We're creating a new foundation for the life that we are creating going forward, the world that we are here to collectively co-create. So Pluto is very strongly in the mix of this Capricorn full moon. Pluto conjunct the moon and Pluto retrograding back to this exact point, 29 degrees of Capricorn, to cover those last degrees of where we personally in ourselves have been holding on to patriarchal narratives, old paradigm stories, old beliefs, patterns, and behaviors that are no longer in service to who we are and who we are becoming and who and how we are here to serve. So as we anchor in, call in, vision in, anchor in those new light body frequencies. And the way that I have been practicing this with this full moon is to create the sign of a pentagram, a 5-pointed star around myself, and call in 5 new frequencies that I am ready to embody with this new paradigm moving forward, placing each one of those frequencies, they might be values, they might be things that you are here to do, to create, to be, to show up as, placing each one of those at one point of the star and creating that pentagram around myself within my energy field to anchor that new intentional 5-dimensional, 5th-dimensional structure within my own energy field, within my own being. So really calling that in a very visual and structural way. Capricorn invites us to work with structures. As a poet, I really appreciate structure in ways that I hadn't done before I studied poetry to the depth that I now have for my PhD. Structure for me, as I said earlier, is a mandala. It's the frequency that we encode. It's the frequency that we embody. So are we still inhabiting, embodying, radiating old paradigm structures that have been encoded into us against our will and our intention and our wishes? Because we have now the strong opportunity with this second Capricorn full moon conjunct Pluto to fully and finally release those old patterns and paradigms. That means calling in the new frequencies that we are now here to embody, encoding them into our light bodies and our energy field, and working intentionally towards creating the new patterning, the new foundation of based on those frequencies, based on our intentional mandala, our intentional vibrational field, what we are here fully to serve in our creative and visionary practice. Encoding those into our practices, our intentions, our visualizations, our energy field. The next few months may feel intense. We will have Pluto retrograding back, as I said, until November, until finally completing its time in the sign of Capricorn for this cycle and moving fully forward into the sign of Aquarius. Will be an opportunity and an invitation for us to continue to do the work of releasing the old patterns and paradigms that we've been holding. So as they come to the surface, as we notice them, as we become our own compassionate witness, we may journal with them, releasing them with gratitude and letting them go. Being always the kind, compassionate and loving witness for who we have been and where we are now going, who we are now becoming. Being in touch with your journal on a regular basis will be a supportive practice for this time as we really begin to shift out of those old paradigm patternings and create the new structure, the new foundation for our intentional co-creation moving forward. But what I want to say is that we may not yet see the full manifestation of those frequencies in our energy field and reflected in our physical world until at least the Capricorn new moon, which is happening on the 30th of December, 2024. So right at the end of this year. When I think back over the bigger astrology, we're in a transition period that really lasts from 2020 until the end of 2026. So we're really moving through a long-term transformation and evolutionary process. I want to speak to that a little bit because I know that in high frequency and conscious manifestation circles, there is often a sense of immediacy, a sense of needing the results to show up immediately. But we also work within an astrological wheel that moves around our planet and influences our own energy fields, personally and collectively, in time. Saturn, being the ruler of time, is the ruler of this this full moon in Capricorn. Saturn is currently retrograde. Pluto is currently retrograde. Things in this world play out in time. And though we are being called now to anchor those new frequencies, to restructure a new foundation for our new paradigm of co-creation, we may not see the full manifestation of that until the end of this year and beyond, as it first of all embeds and encodes in our light bodies and then begins to manifest through our frequency field into our embodied reality, and then reflecting out into the material world around us. And that is, we create space for that to happen. We create the possibility for that to happen as we also are doing the healing, the transformation, the alchemy, sitting with and being present with the discomfort as we notice and acknowledge and witness the old paradigms, the old stories that are here and ready to be released. Now, this full moon energy is a powerful, powerful time to do a lot of that shedding, a lot of that healing, and a lot of that releasing, so that we can be the freshly encoded, intentional co-creators as we move forward through into the next paradigm. And being aware that we still have work to do collectively as Pluto retrogrades back to 29 degrees of Capricorn and then carries us forward from the end of November into December and into next year. I do want to mention the important presence and energy of Mars in this particular mix, in this particular astrology, this star chart, this frequency. Mars entered the sign of Gemini really just a few hours ago and is there now, trining Pluto. So as Pluto retrogrades back into 0 degrees of Aquarius, Mars is at 0 degrees of Gemini. They're in a conjunction of 1 degree. Pluto is currently at 0 degrees of Aquarius, retrograding back into 29 degrees of Capricorn. Mars has just entered Gemini at 0 degrees. They are creating a trine which is exact tomorrow on the 22nd of July, the day that the sun moves into Leo, and the day that is also dedicated to the high frequency Christ light energy of Mary Magdalene and her power here as a mother consciousness, a birthing consciousness. So many things I could say about that, but I'll leave that for another time here on the earth. I want to talk about Mars. Mars entering Gemini. Mars freshly emboldened by its recent encounter, the conjunction with Uranus and the fixed star Algol, the Medusa's head. Mars, as we know, we've seen playing out on the planet, is bold, is vibrant. There has been an energy of chaos, disruption, violence. Entering into Gemini now, this Mars wants to move fast. And it feels to me like the energy of wildfire. There's wildfire ablaze as Mars moves fast through the sign of energy and makes contact with as many people as possible. So there's possibility for chaos, disruption. The invitation for us is to stay centered in ourselves, because in Gemini, we get what people are saying, what people are telling us, being centered in ourselves, our own truth, our own reality, because Mars wants to race through the sign of Gemini like wildfire. And right at this moment, at the Capricorn full moon, Mars is making a trine to Pluto. So there is that energy of destruction, chaos, violence, and the energy that Pluto will remove. Pluto will remove what is no longer serving us. So for us to stay in our center and to take our journal, be the witness to what is moving within us and what is being reflected in the world around us and in our own personal lives and situations. This is time to do that internal work, our own internal mirror, looking at where those patriarchal narratives have had a hold in our energy fields and in our frequencies, witnessing those energies within ourselves, clearing them and healing them and releasing them so that we can call in the clarity of that new foundational frequency that we are here to co-create, and that each of us is here to be our own unique individual spark of light in that web of co-creation. And that is the truth, if it resonates with you, that can help to hold you steady through the energies of this time as we make our transition into and through the next few months. It's a powerful and beautiful opportunity and invitation to set our new intentions, anchor those new frequencies, and do the heavy work, the uncomfortable work of releasing what is ready to be released in our own lives so that we can see the new co-creative manifestation arising in the world around us. So let's see what the cards want to say for this Capricorn full moon. All right, we got 5 of Swords. So 5 of Swords, first of all, we've got that Mars wildfire. We've got how much are we taking on of other people's chaos, other people's drama, other people's violent narratives that are playing out in the world around us. Excuse me. And we also have that invitation to look at and release the narratives that are no longer serving us, the narratives of our own violence, perhaps, the narratives of our own infidelities, whatever has been present through these patriarchal incarnations that we have been born into. It is time to release. Those are narratives. The Swords suit always tells us that what we've been attached to in our minds are stories, they're narratives. And we do not need to hold on to them. We can be discerning. We can have the clarity to recognize what is ours and what is no longer true for us. 5s often speak of conflict between groups of people sometimes. So this can be that wildfire Mars energy. But which of those stories, which of those narratives can we let go of? Can we move through our bodies and heal because they are no longer part of us? And when we think about 5 from a goddess perspective, 5 is the pentagram, the pentacle, the 5-pointed star, the 5-petaled rose of Venus. So we have the opportunity to alchemize through what may appear initially as conflict, internal or external. We have the opportunity to alchemize into love, to come back in ourselves to the frequency of love and finding that frequency of ultimate truth that is always available and always within us, because that is the frequency that will be the foundation of the new paradigm. It will be, and it is the foundational frequency of all life and all that we are co-creating as visionary writers and co-creators. So I really invite you to anchor in the frequencies of your intentions as we move forward from the old paradigm frequencies into the new, and to be gentle and compassionate with yourself as we navigate. You know, what happens when we set an intention for manifestation? We have to clear out whatever is in the way, whatever stories or narratives or beliefs and behaviors we've been holding on to that are not in alignment with that frequency. So when we set an intention to create a new frequency and embody that new frequency in our field and in our reality, the first thing that's going to happen is that new frequency is going to need to push out the old frequencies that are not in alignment. And that can be where we feel the discomfort, we feel the grief of letting go, we feel the challenge of recognizing our own previous limitations. And all of this can be uncomfortable, but it is deeply alchemical. And it is where being with our journals can be of great support in this time. So thank you so much for joining me today. I really, really appreciate your presence and all of the powerful work that we all are doing as visionary writers and creatives who are working in service to the collective evolution through doing our own our own inner alchemy, and then sharing the resonance of our frequency through the work that we are here to co-create as visionary writers and creatives. Sending you so much love and blessings through this Capricorn full moon. And I'll see you next time.